Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. Yesterday, July 13th, marked 1 year since the tragedy that struck my hometown in Butler, Pennsylvania, when a gunman nearly assassinated President Trump. Tragically, he took the life of Corey Comperatore and seriously wounded David Dutch and James Copenhaver. Yesterday, I returned to the Butler Farm Show grounds, where I was with the president a year ago. I met with the Comperatore family during a celebration of Corey's life. They are incredibly strong, and I know all of us on stage continue to send our thoughts and prayers to them as we seek more answers about what actually happened that day. Now, we're here today to highlight new resolution H.R. 571, which formally recognized the events of 2014 and July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. The resolution also condemns the rise in political violence we have seen across our nation over the last year. From the assassination attempts against President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania and West Palm Beach, Florida, to the attacks against Governor Josh Shapiro in April, and to the deadly attacks on the Minnesota state lawmakers just last month. Let's be clear. We must stand up together to oppose violence against our nation's leaders all across each party. And I want to thank my co-lead on the resolution, RSC Chairman August Pfluger from Texas. When we talk about this, though, we can have as many resolutions as we want to bring it forward. And I've heard person after person, politician after politician get up and say, I am absolutely appalled by the violence that's taking place in this country today. And we've got to stop using that type of language. And with 24 hours, they're out talking again about who should not be sitting in certain offices. So it's one thing to have a resolution. It's one thing to be resolved, the fact we're not going to keep talking like this. When I'm asking all everybody that's in the Congress, everybody that's in elected office, please watch what you say. Don't start off saying we should never do this, and then within 24 hours go out and make statements again that incite people. That's a false lead. It's a false premise. Our resolution is an attempt to get people to speak the way they should speak. In America, the way we settle things is by votes. I want to share something with you that has nothing to do with a political entity. I was at a celebration of life with the Comperatore family yesterday. Just for a moment, step out of whom you are and think about them. On the morning, Corey, his wife Helen, his two daughters were so excited to be able to travel a short distance to the Butler Farm Show to see President Trump speak. This was Corey's idol. This is Helen's idol. This was the girls' idol. They just couldn't wait to get to Butler to see President Trump. The four of them get in their car. They make their way over. It's like 97 degrees that day, okay? So it's not pleasant. It's a warm day. And what was even warmer was the crowd that was there to greet our president. And what I want you to think about, especially those of you who've lost somebody, a father, a mother, two daughters, go to an event. It's not supposed to be an event about anger. It's not about an event of anything other than they're going to see their favorite president. They actually were not sitting in the seats that they were assigned. There was an opening at the top that they went up to. Shots rang out. Corey Comperatore first reaction was to get his wife and his daughters down so he could be over the top of them. What they didn't realize was that Corey had already been shot. That day is a day that lives in their memories. It's in their sleep. It's in their waking hours. This has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with life. And I think we've become too casual about what life is and what life isn't. If every single life is precious, then we should not be having this discussion today. But I want you to think about that family leaving their home, a volunteer fireman who spent his whole life running to danger to save others, who took his wife and daughters to an event to see somebody who they really liked and they wanted to listen to. 4 people in a car drive to the Butler Farm Showgrounds. That evening, Helen and the 2 daughters go home. Corey's been killed. Helen has lost her husband. His daughters have lost their father. Forever etched in their memory is that moment, that single moment when those shots rang out. So if you're asking yourself why these things happen, is it because maybe intentionally or unintentionally we stoke those fires? This is not a Republican issue or a Democrat issue. This is an issue actually just about human being to human being. Do we respect life? Do we respect other people? And what is it that we're trying to accomplish? Isn't it amazing that we have to have a resolution in the Congress of the United States to condemn that type of action? What happened to the Comperatores is horrible. And when I was with Helen yesterday, for her, it's the same day over and over and over again. For Allison and Kaylee, it's the same thing for them over and over and over again. Look, the way we speak, the way we act, the way we insinuate things, that'll continue. We can pass resolution after resolution. We can go to church on Sunday and abhor what's taking place, and we leave that church and we go out and we practice what we just condemned in our churches. I would say that the illness has far deeper roots than we know. We're going to pass this resolution. And we're going to think that in some way we were able to change the way people think and the way people act. I would just ask you all, as you live your lives, think about it. Think about it. Some of these things are said casually. Some of these things are said to get a reaction. The members behind me, the people in our Congress, the people in our homes, expect nothing less than for us to act respectful to each other and always honor life.